dead fish in your aquarium and ammonia spike. Hi everybody, welcome again to another share. Welcome to this channel. Okay, so today's video is about the whole idea of finding a dead fish within your aquarium space, your pond space, or wherever you keep your fish. We call it aquatic space, right? What do you do when you find a dead fish within your aquarium? Now, I did a video about this, what you actually do with the fish. Now, this video is primarily about what you actually do with the water space. Now, several factors have to be taken into consideration. One such factor is whether or not the fish has just died, or is it that you found a fish that is half rot, or fully rotten, or rot, yeah, or it's in between, you know, not too long ago, probably a few hours. What is it that you do? Now, you have to bear in mind that just like every other biological item that you might have that might venture through your aquarium space, whether it be plants, snails, fish, whatever it is, right? Whenever it has actually died or it's decaying, right, it increases the amount of ammonia that exists within the space. Now, ammonia is a very poisonous substance within the water space, and it makes it impossible for other aquatic creatures to actually live within that space. Now, the tolerance of your fish will depend on the level of, should I say, the pH in which your fish is able to endure. Some delicate fish will like one die, and within 15-20 minutes, as soon as the ammonia spike start to inch upward, you find another one dying until eventually all is dead, or you have actually removed the dead fish from the space. Now that you have actually identified that the fish is dead and it's only one fish that have died, as I share this, I just pause to interject here. When you see one fish actually die and the fish was not ill, you know, no sign of illness, sickness, disease, parasite, or anything at all, you probably can skip over it and say that it's a level of aggression within the space. However, when you see like a few fish, like 3, 4, 5 fish actually dying at the same time, you know that something is wrong with the water column. Okay, so let's get back to the aquarium or the aquatic space that you're actually dealing with. Now, you have actually removed the dead fish. You have done whatever you do with dead fish. I did a video on that. I will leave a link to that video at the end of this video. Alright, so what is it that you actually do with the aquatic space, whether it be pond, a little container, an aquarium? What is it that you actually do with that space? Okay, what I've actually discovered and what I've actually practiced over the years is that whenever a fish actually die, I must first look to see how far, or should I say, to what extent it has actually rot within the space. If it has rot wherein it is very soft, and as soon as you touch it, it actually breaks apart, you're talking about massive water change, up to 75% water change, and also filter, media change, everything, right? If it's like it just died, it's evidence that it's just died, it has just died. It doesn't start to smell. It doesn't start to smell as yet. Well, you know, I actually just remove the fish and probably do a 10% water change. The degree of decomposition of the dead fish within the water space will determine how much water change I actually do within that aquatic space. Right? Why is that so? Because I want to actually eliminate all possibilities of the spike in ammonia within my aquatic space, making it intolerable for other aquatic creatures. Now, for some persons, they might have one goldfish or one fish within an aquarium space. That's a totally different ball game. Now, that fish have actually died. My advice to you, don't just go out and get a fish and place it in that same water that the fish had actually died from. My advice to you is do a complete change, wash everything, recycle your aquarium space or aquatic space again, and start all over. That is if you have only one fish, or if all fish have actually died, right? We must bear in mind as fish keepers that one fish can impact, one fish death can impact other fish death, and it can actually facilitate, or should I say encourages other fish to, right? So we have to be very careful and mindful of this. This is Riley here for another episode of Fish Keeping Jamaica. It is hope that you have actually grasped the full interpretation of the share. Have a wonderful day, guys. Peace out, and remember, change your water whenever your fish die in that space. Don't just take it out, flush it, bury it, burn it, cook it, eat it, whatever you do with it. Don't just do that. Change water to certain percentage, right? Check if dead fish, ensure that the fish, and smell the water. Yeah, there's a lot of things with smelling, right? You can smell the water, you can tell whether or not a lot of ammonia starts to actually leach out within the space. Riley here for another episode of Fish Keeping Jamaica, people. Take the next time. Peace out. Bye.